when you think about that number, 215 million views on that video, can you even try to grasp what that means? For example, Tuesday, I went to the Sens game. So the Ottawa Arena is right down the street, and that's, say, 22,000 people. So, I look around the arena and, I just saw Our Lady Peace there, and it's like, okay, this is what 22,000 people look like. That is an insane amount of people. And then I go to the Rogers Center and see Roger Waters, and there's, I don't know what that is, 55,000 people. And it's like, okay, you can grasp what that number is. So 55,000 people in a stadium is an unbelievable amount of people. Now try to think 215 million. What do those numbers mean to you, if anything?
Man, one thing I'll say as well is that like that might be the numbers on aggregate for like the different uploads of that on YouTube, but there were a bunch of years, it's changed since certainly, of course, but there were a bunch of years where Facebook video reposting was like out of control. Like we at one point tried to just track that. People like they weren't policing it at all. It was really tough. YouTube obviously got on top of that pretty heavily. Facebook never did. We're talking like easily conceivably in the billions of views in terms of like at one point we've tracked down like 300 reposts that all had views in the millions, right? So like you extrapolate from there and it's I mean it's absurd. You can't possibly quantify it or relate to it in any reasonable human way when you see those numbers and you think of the fact that like our videos have been viewed easily billions of times, right, by people in the furthest stretches of the globe. And it's like I think we try not to think about it because it's a total trip. It's wild to be able to have reached that many people, and really the hope is that we've been able to inspire. My biggest thing is like my proudest achievement as an artist is like hearing back from others that our music was able to inspire them in the same way that probably Blink 182 back in the day and what the Mars Volta did to me, right? So that is something I like to focus on a little more, but you can definitely get lost in the numbers. And yeah, that's it's I mean it's an insane number and an irrelatable number by any human measure. But then you go around the world and you like sell out rooms for the first time visiting a country you've never been to before that doesn't speak the same language as you. And then it starts to make a little more sense in terms of like, yeah, this is really caught on and this is really allowing us to do something that the previous generation of artists literally was like, that wasn't possible. You had to go through the well-defined label system. You had to have a big hit record. You had to be selling tons of physical copies. You probably, even with all that in mind, you probably still had to have gone through a place before and built up that kind of live track record. We're in a position now where you have that right viral hit and you can go and sell at a tour of places you've never been before on your first time through. That never used to be a thing. So crazy.